Baby? Hey, what's wrong? What? I'm sorry, what do you mean? No. No, you've been asleep for like 40 minutes, hon. I'm serious. Baby, look at the sky. Notice anything odd? Yeah, it's gotten a bit darker, hasn't it? Actually, it honestly did freak me out a bit. You just were talking 1 second and then bam. You were completely out. I think that milkshake is what really did it. Yeah, if you'd just gotten your usual, it wouldn't have been a problem, but that extra milkshake just put you down. Oh. I'm sorry. Well, we still have quite the drive ahead of us, so go ahead and close your eyes and go back to sleep. Hun, that is very sweet of you, but I'm okay. I'm not tired. I got that coffee instead of a milkshake, remember? You don't need to stay awake just to keep me company. I'm not gonna get lonely. You know I love these long drives, so go on, close your eyes. Close them. My eyes are on the road. I just know you well enough to know that you are not actually closing your eyes. I'll wake you up if there is anything special of note, but this is probably the most boring place in the entire world to drive through, so you won't be missing much. Deal? Deal. Babe, you are not going to fall asleep if you keep talking. Thank you. Baby. Shh. Focus on the rumble of the road, the sound of the engine, and my voice. I'll talk to you until you fall asleep, okay? Now, shush. Shh. 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 I love you too. What to talk about? Don't you make fun of me. You're supposed to not be talking. Stop it. I know you're not talking. I can just feel it. I know you too well. I'm going to talk about something I'm really excited about. So, not too far from our hotel, there's supposed to be this really really cool trail to hike. I know. Shocking that this is what I'm excited about. Before you say anything, yes, I am so excited to try all the different restaurants and explore all the shops. It is going to be a blast. But I am also, like, super pumped about this hike. And I know you're not quite as into this stuff as I am. I don't think anyone is, as a matter of fact. Which makes what I'm about to say kind of a bummer for you. And before I say it, I just want you to know that I appreciate you so much. You are just the absolute best partner anyone could ever ask for. You do so many things for me. Like surprising me with dinner dates, picking up my favorite flowers, all of it. And you also go on 5 a.m. hikes with me. Now, I know what you're thinking. There is no way in hell I'm going to do that. But I'd like to see if I can convince you. So, picture this. It's 4 a.m. and you're asleep. But what's that? Why? It's something waking you up. And it's not a terrible, horrible alarm, but a soft kiss from your very own personal Prince Charming, welcoming you back to what was inevitably a dream about the aforementioned prince. Stop laughing. Now, your eyes aren't wanting to open, but then it's the smell of fresh coffee. And is that food? Why, yes, it is. The veil of sleep is beginning to lift, and the Sandman losing his grip. Because it would seem your incredible boyfriend has brought you not only coffee, but a delicious, hearty, but not too heavy breakfast. It would seem this prince, this lion among men, shush, this ocean of thoughtfulness has found a diner that is open, and he drove half an hour there and back just so that you can be well fed before a beautiful nature hike. Now, granted, it is a nature hike I'm dragging you on, but still, so thoughtful. Now, sorry. I just got distracted. Baby, I do not understand why truck nuts are a thing. It's just, I feel like I'm missing something. Is it literally just a statement of, I have balls and everyone needs to know? I just am so confused every time I see them. I'm even more confused than usual because, babe, I just saw truck nuts on a fucking Jetta. What the hell? I can't. It's one thing to have truck nuts. Like, I think it's stupid and obnoxious. But to put truck nuts on a Jetta, of all things, why are they chrome blue? I will never understand people. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yes. After breakfast, we are going to walk over to the trail, or maybe drive, depending on how grumpy you are. The windows will be open, fresh morning air coming in, crisp and cool. And then after a very short drive, the hike. And baby, this hike is absolutely gorgeous. You have no idea. I looked it up and it is supposed to be just incredible. There's this cute little wooden bridge that you pass over that has a little creek running underneath it. And once you get past that, and after a few minutes of walking, you go from like this gravel path to a dirt one. And the path winds between these like absolutely giant trees with moss and ferns surrounding you. It's far away from the road too, so you don't get like any city or car noise. It's just pure nature. And the sun won't even be up yet since it's so early, so we'll be walking with flashlights. Now I know what you're thinking. Probably sounds kind of creepy, but I promise you it isn't. By that time, there will be birds out already, and it's kind of hard to feel spooked out when there are a bunch of songbirds singing like crazy. Besides, it won't be very long before the sun starts to come up, and after about 30 minutes, give or take, of a very gentle uphill walk, we are going to reach what we walked all the way out there for. A waterfall. Not just any waterfall. Probably the single most beautiful waterfall you will be able to find within a 1,000-mile drive. And if we actually get there on time, the way the sun comes up at this time of year, it shines through the water. It's just amazing, and I really, really can't wait to see it. And after, I'm going to buy you a nice big lunch of whatever place you choose. We have like 1,000,000 different places to try. Speaking of which, I really can't wait to try all the different restaurants. The ones you were showing me looked really cool, but there's this cool little pizza place that seemed really interesting. They offer all these, like, not weird, but just different things, which I am all about. I mostly want to go so I can compare their crust to mine, though. I still haven't quite mastered it, no matter how many times I try. I just know it could be better. The Uni pizza oven helped a lot with getting that nice char, which Thank you, by the way. That was probably the best Christmas present I've ever gotten in my entire life. It's amazing. Well, except for the fact that I made, like, 6 pizzas a day for probably a month? At a certain point, I couldn't even give the pizzas away. And it was damn good pizza, too. Oh, and then there's that coffee shop we were looking at. I am super excited for that. I know I'm way more into coffee than you are, but even you have to admit that just about everything they have looks delicious. Well, except the Civic coffee. I keep hearing about how incredible Civic coffee is, but like, I don't care how amazing it is. One, it's crazy expensive, and two, I don't want poop coffee. I don't care how fancy and amazing it's supposed to taste. Which, by the way, at a certain point, it's just like, my palate is not good enough to be able to discern the difference between that and, say, normal coffee. It's like with cheese. At a certain point, you just reach such diminishing returns for the massive increase in price that you can't even tell the difference. Or at least I can't. Like, I am totally happy to pay for quality. You know me, I'll spend a lot of extra money on stuff if I can discern a real jump in quality, but man, I just can't make myself pay like $300 for a piece of cheese. That's just wild to me. But I guess $300 cheese isn't really meant for someone like me. Definitely not meant for someone like me. Oh. Looks like it's starting to rain. Awesome. You still awake? Actually, don't answer. If you are, just relax and enjoy the sound of the rain hitting the windshield. God, I love that sound. It just makes me feel so calm. Rain in general is very calming, but there's something about that sound. The rain smacking glass at such a high speed. It's just very nostalgic. Some of my earliest memories are feeling all sleepy and the sound of rain on the windshield while we went on a long drive to visit family. I would have my little Game Boy Color playing Pokemon Red, while some tape we all agreed on played on the 12-inch CRT TV. Plugged into the freaking cigarette lighter. I thought we were really fancy too. I mean, who has a TV in their car? Sure, it weighs 30 pounds and it looks like crap, but it's a TV. God, that thing was heavy. You know, I had this little light that plugged into my Game Boy. Because at that point, Game Boys didn't have a backlight. In order to use it, I had to hide under a blanket if it was getting dark, because it would annoy and distract whoever was driving. That little Game Boy went everywhere with me. I would play Pokemon Red almost exclusively, and damn was it a blast. I still can't believe my mom actually let me have that little light. The rule was that I wasn't allowed to bring the light into my room when it was getting close to my bedtime. But, of course, she forgot about it almost immediately. Which I knew would happen when I asked for it. Which is why I asked for it. Oh man. And then it was time for me to play Pokemon for hours on end until my eyes literally hurt too much to continue. I almost got caught so many times, but I was always able to turn it off quickly enough that I just barely got away with it. Although, that did mean I lost some pretty rare Pokemon. God, one time I spent probably a full hour in like 60 Pokeballs, with some Great Balls mixed in, trying to catch some Pokemon. Which one was it? I wish I could remember. Well, I spent a very long time and so many Pokeballs trying to catch this one Pokemon. And I finally caught it. And what do I hear? My mom coming towards my room. So I immediately turned off my Game Boy without thinking, losing this rare one that I had been trying to catch for so freaking long. You know what the worst part was? She didn't even come into my room. She wouldn't have even seen it. Could have just kept playing and not lost all of that work. God, I wish autosave was a feature back then. Now that I think about it, how the hell did I ever get by without autosave? This one time I had been playing, no joke, for literally like 5 hours, and I wasn't paying attention to the battery. I was so into it. And then, disaster. My freaking Game Boy died and I hadn't saved once. God, I was so pissed. I think I just angry cried for like 20 minutes straight. You know when you're a kid and you aren't able to like modulate your emotions quite as well? And you're not like sad, just angry, and it comes out as crying? Actually, now that I think about it, that still sometimes happens to me. I wish it didn't. It just makes me even more frustrated. Speaking of frustrated, if only people would learn to drive in the rain. God, I need to replace these wipers before too long. I think they've still got like another month or two in them, but they're starting to get a little bit worn. This whole car is starting to get a little bit worn though, huh? I need to get a new one. It's just so hard to make a decision. I really wish I could just get something super small and fuel efficient. But damn it, I am just so freaking big. I just can't fit in most of the compact cars. Unless I want my knees shoved against the dash, which actually was the case with my first truck. Most vehicles are just not meant for a 6'4" adult. Except for that Kia we went to look at. It was the, Kia Soul, right? That one was actually super comfortable for me. The seat goes so far back. I can actually fully extend my legs. And I hear that Kia has improved quite a bit over the past 5 years. And I know that everyone makes fun of how the Kia Soul looks, but I just love it so much. It's so different. And I really, honestly, think it's a good-looking car. I don't care what anyone says. It would be so nice to have a hatchback, too. Love me a good hatchback with lots of storage. I know they look pretty small, but it's actually like a really solid amount of space. Like when I looked at one at the dealership, I was super skeptical. But damn, does it fit so much stuff. You know, I actually think I could fit all of my camping and fishing gear in there, with some room to spare. And if we don't want to bring the tent, since the seats lay down, we could just set up some pillows and a mat and just sleep in the car. God, I can't wait to go camping again. I'm not even sure if you're awake, but I just want to tell you, even though you think that that one birthday camping trip was a disaster, I had an absolute blast. It is and will always be such a treasured memory. Everything that could go wrong did. The weather said it was going to be great, sunny and warm, and bam. Monster thunderstorms and torrential rain. The tent that I waterproof every single year without fail, leaking. Then it just tore apart while we were in it. I've never had that happen in my entire life, and I go camping a lot. We really must have been quite the sight, huh? soaking wet, trying to escape a broken tent, me laughing hysterically, having the time of my life, and you a little less so. And then after finally getting everything important into the car, we climbed in, soaked to the bone, and then the car was stuck. Of course. We really didn't realize that we were parked in what was essentially going to become 1 foot of mud. I nearly fell over trying to get into the car. Oh, man. You were so upset thinking you had ruined my birthday by planning it for that place. You really didn't believe me when I said I was having a blast, did you? You didn't know me well enough at that point to realize that that kind of stuff is what I live for. Those funny, unplanned changes where you can either cry about it or just laugh and roll with the punches. In it 100%, going with the flow. It was so genuinely fun. Me and you trading a towel, trying to get as dry as we could. Cuddling up together while the rain absolutely hammered the car. The wind roaring outside. Felt like you and I were the only people in the whole world for a while. And trying to put together a birthday dinner in the car with what we managed to save was such a blast. I think you might have finally realized I was having fun when I got super excited over the fact that we had the stuff to make a little charcuterie board. Charcuterie? Charcuterie? Charcuterie. God damn it, I never remember how to say it. Actually, now that I think about it, I couldn't say it then either, and you made fun of me for it. Oh, you were looking at me like I was nuts. But I do remember the moment it clicked, and you just couldn't stop laughing at how happy and excited I was. It was so ridiculous. Spending my birthday in a car, eating finger food, and watching a movie on my iPad while we tried to find a comfortable way to cuddle. Now, as much fun as it was trying to get comfortable on those back seats, it would have been very helpful to have a hatchback with folding seats. We woke up so sore. For so many reasons. God, babe, do you remember me trying to push us out of the mud? And you hitting the gas while I gave it everything I had, and I just got absolutely fucking covered in mud. Holy shit, it was everywhere. Thank God for that tarp. I mean, I still got mud all over the car, but it helped a little bit, at least. Man, I don't know if I ever enjoyed a shower more than the day we got back to my place. We had to throw away our damn clothes because they were just obliterated. I'm still glad we just ditched them in the bathroom trash can, because all that mud would have absolutely ruined our washer. Well, at that point, my washer. You were such a good sport about it, too. Well, after you realized you didn't ruin my birthday, which, fair enough. I think that was the day I knew I was going to ask you to move in with me. If we could handle all of that, our tent breaking, plans ruined, stuck in a car during a storm on my birthday with the biggest smiles on our faces, what can't we handle together? Oh, man. And once I decided, I asked the same day. God, I was so sure you were going to say yes to living together, but I was still so nervous. I almost chickened out at the last minute, but of course, you could tell something was up. You can always tell when something is wrong. And once you're on the scent, there is no getting you off of it. You are like a bloodhound. In the nicest way possible, of course. It's both a blessing and a curse. It's really nice that you pick up when something is bothering me, but you also make it such a nightmare to surprise you with literally anything. Do you remember that time I was just stopping to get you flowers as a surprise, and you could tell I was lying about why I was stopping? How? How does someone know you're lying when you say, I'm picking up some essentials? It boggles the mind. Am I that bad at lying? Or are you just that good? I'm gonna go ahead and guess probably both. God, I can't wait to get to the hotel. It's been so long since we had a whole week together. No work, no interruptions, just us exploring shops, eating delicious food, and napping to our heart's desire. Oh, there's the world's largest... What? What? Can I just... What's the deal with these world's biggest attractions? God, I sound like a hack comedian. But seriously, like, some of them I can kind of get, but the ones that are literally not what they say they are. Things like world's largest peanut. It's not. It is literally, factually not. You just made a giant wooden peanut. How is that anything? It always has and always will be so confusing to me. Just like the truck nuts. But hey, at least the scenery is changing a little bit. Now there's a tree every 10 to 15 minutes. Am I hungry or bored? The age-old question. Damn. I just realized if it's raining like this here, it might be raining at our destination too. That trail will be a nightmare to hike if it's all muddy. I know I just talked about how fun it was getting stuck in the mud and rain with you, but these days, well, it's not like we even have a house to go back to. And I imagine the hotel staff won't appreciate us tracking mud in through the hotel. Damn. Well, if it is raining there, we've still got like a whole week. I'm sure it'll dry out eventually, well before we have to leave. That does kind of change my plans. Not necessarily a bad thing, though. Might be nice to actually rest for a few days. Eat some food, drink some coffee, just chill. Then we can always go hiking. God, babe, I really can't wait to just sit and enjoy your company. Maybe I will try the Civic coffee. I know I kind of went on and on about it, but fuck it, you know? Why not? Why not try something ridiculous and expensive when you're on vacation? What better time is there to do it? We can try the Civic coffee, and then we will hit up the bookstore. It's supposed to be really, really amazing, by the way. God, I'm going to buy you so many books. I know you were saying earlier I don't need to always buy you books, but I'm going to go ahead and disagree. Hard no. In fact, I actually set aside some extra money just for the bookstore. I am going to buy you every damn book that catches your eye. And I am going to carry them all back to the hotel. Hey, another reason to get a hatchback. Not only good for camping gear, but hauling all of your books. Man, that would have been so nice to have when we were moving. That damn Civic. We really should have just rented a truck. You know, I'm still amazed that you haven't caught on to my plan to buy you lots of books. I thought for sure you were going to figure out what I was doing when I started building the new shelves. But I guess my explanation of you always need more bookshelves was a good enough reason. Which, if we're being honest, is a perfectly reasonable explanation now that I think about it. I should probably get into the habit of just building extra shelves every year or so. Thank goodness I'm so into woodworking. I can only imagine how much we would have spent on storage for books. Not that I would complain about it, you know. But damn, how are bookshelves so expensive? Most of the time they're not even made of actual wood, just shitty particle board. And I know, I have made you listen to me complain way too many times about particle board. So, I'm not going to talk about the absolute fucking nightmare trash that is particle board. Goddamn particle board. I wonder how far off we are. Looks like we've still got a few more hours left. I'm gonna have to stop at some point and stretch my legs. My stupid, giant-ass legs that make my life so inconvenient. Did I pack the charger for my MacBook? I must have. God, please tell me I did. Really don't want to spend $40 for a damn charger. Ooh, sporting goods store. I could stop. I have been wanting a new spin caster. Not that I necessarily need one, but it would be nice to have some options. And a camp knife. My current camp knife is rough, to say the least. Oh, and I'd also like to get a new tent. And, well, just about everything in the store. No. I really shouldn't. We're already loaded up on suitcases, and we're going to have souvenirs, books, and no doubt food to bring back. Yeah, we don't need to add a bunch of outdoors gear to that. Maybe, if there's space, we can stop on the way back. Although, if we go in together, you are going to insist on buying me everything that catches my eye. You always get me back when I buy you a bunch of books. Even though I keep telling you that I don't need you to pay me back or anything like that. You always give me that look. As if I was crazy to think you shouldn't immediately buy me something if it'll make me happy. God, the amount of times I've had to drag you out of the store protesting and insisting on going back. I have to practically carry you out. Sometimes literally. The looks are always interesting. You just yelling, "Let me love you." And that's not even mentioning how you just sneak off to buy stuff. I still have no idea how you do it, but without fail, I find something I like, mention it offhandedly, or my eyes linger for like just a moment. And then you're gone. How? How do you just, like, disappear? It's uncanny. It goes from you grabbing my arm, pushing yourself against it, and excitedly pointing out something you think you'll look cute in. Oh. You little shit. How? How did I never see this before? Oh my God. You used my love of buying you things. Especially things you're going to look adorable in, against me. Betrayal. I have been betrayed. Oh. I always thought it was weird how you would suddenly decide you didn't like it after all, once we got to the checkout counter. You sneaky, evil, wonderful, beautiful little brat. Oh, I am going to get you back. I know your trick now. And guess what? Now, I am going to pay for everything. And you know I can do it because my arms are much longer than yours. And I can just hold you back while giving the cashier my card. You butthead. I can't believe how long that went on for, without me noticing. Oh my God, this has basically been happening since our third date. How? How have I never noticed this? That's what I want to know. Who am I kidding? All you had to do was grab my arm, pull me tight against you, whispering into my ear about how pretty you would look in that. Lips brushing my ear. And I lost any and all wits. And why? Because I'm a sucker. A complete and utter sucker for you. I lose all will and thought at a mere whisper in my ear from those pretty lips. Great, now I'm thinking about how much I want to kiss you. Okay, I am actually kind of tempted to pull over just so I can give you a kiss. No. If you aren't awake, and you did wake up, you would never let me live it down. God damn it, I should still be protesting. And mad that I'm so easily crumpled by a simple look from you. A look from those pretty eyes could level a mountain, I swear. I guess in that scenario, I'm the mountain. Wonder when it's going to stop raining. If it's going to stop raining, that is. I'm going to be checking us in while you sleep, aren't I? Then I gotta carry in the luggage. Which, of course, I would insist on doing myself, even if you weren't so tired. But I guess I'm in luck. We won't have to have that argument. We would argue, me insisting on doing it all, you inevitably agreeing to let me, and then of course, as is tradition, I would get to the room carrying the luggage, set it down, turning around to go get the rest of it, and there you would be. Smiling with that shit-eating grin you get. Holding the rest of the luggage. God, you drive me crazy in the best way. Never thought I would love that. But here I am. You getting under my skin and loving the fact that you know me so well that you can do it with the ease of a cat taking a nap. God. Check us in, carrying the luggage, and then cover you in my hoodie so you don't get wet, and carry you in. Well, I say my hoodie, but at this point, who can tell? You probably wear it just as much as I do. Ah, I should add that to the list of souvenirs I want to get, actually. I need to get another hoodie. Maybe I should secretly get two. That way when you steal mine, I can just get the other one out. Oh my god. Then we would be matching. Your dream come true. uh. Actually, that might be fun. Surprising you with matching hoodies. Or that can be my excuse at least. You know, I wouldn't put it past you to put on the second hoodie just to see the look on my face. God, you are such a brat. Check in, carry in the luggage, then carry you to bed, and we'll cuddle up to sleep. And when you wake up, we'll go get some breakfast. I am so glad we picked a hotel with an awesome restaurant. We must have spent an hour looking at the menu online. I feel bad for the cooks because we are going to keep them real busy. God, I just can't wait. I am so excited to get a whole week with you. A whole week with my favorite person in the whole world. I am so damn lucky to have you in my life. I love you, baby. More than I could ever say. And I think I'm going to go ahead and not even try, because my throat is really starting to hurt. But, you know what they say. Actions speak louder than words. And I'm going to show you through every action for the rest of our lives just how much I adore you. Sweet dreams, babe.